Hi. There is something mysterious about a forest, isn't there? You see, it isn't just a place where a bunch of animals live. Forest is a wonder of nature. This place is a mystery. It's covered in secrets from top to bottom. Oftentimes, people visit forests to change the scenery, to enjoy nature, to find peace and tranquility. But today, we're gonna talk about some frightening and weird things found in forests. So if you think you can handle it, let's start. The man was walking around the Epping Forest in England when all of a sudden he stumbled upon a genuine sword sticking out from the ground. I don't know if he tried to pull it out, but what's interesting is that many people say they saw ghosts and weird lights in the area. Isn't that spooky? The guy who posted this photo said, "I was driving through the back roads of Pennsylvania on the way to a camping spot and found a mountain of ceramic dishes and teacups in the middle of the woods. Whoever did this should be ashamed of themselves." Wow, check out the way these trees grow, you guys. It's like a portal into another dimension. And this strange picture looks like two photos combined, one over another. In reality, however, it's a consequence of a flood. Don't be scared, it's not a ghost. Somebody lost their cape, that's all. When you look at this chopped down tree, it sort of gives you goosebumps. But when you look closer and see those coins sticking out, you think, what the hell? Who did that? And most importantly, why? Somebody must have been very bored. Those two girls were walking around the forest and suddenly found a sort of a rainbow pool. Very lovely, isn't it? Do you guys remember the Mask film? So, this one guy thought he found exactly that mask from the film. And if you look at it, you realize that it kinda looks familiar. In fact, it looks very much like the mask from the film with Jim Carrey. So thinking that the mask has some kind of intrinsic value to it, the guy brought it to the University of Minnesota. He chatted to some experts, but unfortunately, they told him that the mask is quite new and can be valuable. It doesn't hold a historical value, and it was most likely made as a part of some modern art project. The guy, however, wasn't upset and decided to leave the mask to himself to keep it as a kind of trophy.
Okay.
A giant stone that looks like a dinosaur. Somebody was probably very bored. The guy who encountered this scary-looking tree nearly shat his pants when he saw this. And that's totally understandable, because it does look like a kind of swamp monster. By the way, it looks like he's trying to uproot the other tree. You never know what you'll find in a forest. Seriously, it can be anything. Legend has it that if you do number 2 in one of those toilets, it will serve you faithfully. This monster dummy was put there intentionally. You know what? That's very irresponsible. You can catch a heart attack like that. So, it's like you're walking through the forest and then suddenly see this kind of creepy house. Would you guys have enough guts to knock on that door? In 2016, a famous archaeologist, Semir Osmanagic, found an inexplicably mysterious object in the Bosnian forest. It's a kind of sphere. It's the biggest stone ball in Europe. It has a radius of 1.5 meters and weighs 30 tons. Archaeologists say that it's over 15,000 years old. Some researchers think that this ball can be a sort of a totem from some ancient civilization. And what the hell is this? Is this Winnie the Pooh's dwelling? I didn't know it exists. In 2015, a truck driver took a couple of interesting photos. He found a tree that was black on the outside and burning inside. What's strange is that all the other trees and plants weren't burning. The man took a video of it and it got pretty popular on the net. There was everyone thinking that it's a trick of a devil. Later, experts explained that the fire was caused by a thunder. The temperature inside stays stable, creating a long burning effect. It looks like forests are full of spooky trees. Alright, after all, forests are made of trees. But what the hell is that phone booth doing there? Is this some kind of magical portal? Looks like a doggy found a big pile of carrots in the middle of the woods. I wonder who brought all that carrot there and why. Now don't tell me it's a rabbit bait. And what's this? Pandora's box. Looks like it. Now this is probably one of the weirdest findings so far. Maybe this is some kind of future robot from outer space, like in that Terminator film. I wonder what's wrong with its head. Apparently, you can even find a vending machine in the forest. The man who took this pic said he nearly stomped on this cute little thing. Well, thank God he didn't. That would have been dreadful. Two friends from Arkansas found this round object in the forest. It looked pretty strange, but the guys thought it was some kind of mini cannonball. They decided to throw it to find out how heavy it was. They had no idea how dangerous it was though. Little did they know, the thing actually contained quite a bit of gunpowder. They brought it to a museum where they were told that the ball could detonate and explode. The man found this car when he was hiking. Looks like somebody overestimated their efforts. Can you believe how frustrating this was for the driver? I can only imagine. Just take a look at this. This is a genuine rocket. It was found in Tennessee, US. The main question is, how on earth did it end up there? I have no idea what this is, but it looks like some kind of paganistic ritual thing. Do you guys know what this could be? If you have any thoughts, share them in the comments. Apparently, this ladder in New Hampshire leads to nowhere. Check this out, you guys. You don't see this kind of stuff every day. One day in the 1990s, some dude was walking around Yellowwood Forest in Indiana. So he was walking and walking and walking, and then he took a glimpse up the tree. Much to his surprise, he saw a giant stone on top of a 25-meter tall tree. Turned out it weighed about 200 kilos. So the man went back home to tell about his finding. Soon after that, the place became pretty popular. Everyone wanted to see the famous tree with a huge stone on top. Nobody knew how the stone that massive ended up on top of a huge tree. A bit later, two more trees like this were discovered. This seems like a Blair Witch scenario, if I'm honest. Nothing special here, just another ladder into nowhere. I wonder what this sign means. Does it mean watch out for zombies? I mean, we can clearly see some creepy looking hands right there. If you guys have any thoughts, make sure you leave them in the comments, alright? The thing you see right now is called the Bayang pipes. Those pipes came up as a big discovery in 1996. They were found in the whereabouts of Beigan Mountains in China. The pipes are 40 centimeters in diameter. They go deep into the mountain. The analysis have shown that those are over 5,000 years old. There's a theory that suggests that those are some kind of old pipeline, a plumbing system of sorts. The most popular theory, however, is that it's a petrified forest. Whatever it is, looks pretty cool. Now what can be better than a good old walk in the forest? It's good for health, it calms you down, and often surprises you with unexpected findings. British photographer Sid Saunders from West Sussex agrees with all of that. Sid always carries a camera with him, wherever he goes. So one day he spotted something amidst vegetation, something he mistakenly took for a usual piece of concrete at first, but then he took a closer look and noticed some letters. Turned out it wasn't a usual piece of concrete after all, it was a tombstone. It had dates and a name engraved on it. Sid wondered who could that be? I mean, people rarely bury their relatives deep in the forest. On the next morning, Sid came back carrying a knife and other tools to clean up the tombstone from moss. Turned out it wasn't a human grave after all, it was a little rabbit's grave. That made sense, because it was so small. The inscription said, "In memory of the little Dookie." There was a little rabbit engraved too. It was so cute. The years are 1869 to 1882, which means that the rabbit died when it was 13 years old. Somebody took good care of that rabbit, because generally rabbits live up to 10 years max. And the last unexpected thing is McLaren 650S Spider. If you wonder how much it cost, here's the answer. $350,000. How it ended up deep in the woods remains a mystery. Share your guesses in the comments, guys. Let's crack this riddle. Alright, that's all for today, you guys. Remember to press the like button if you liked the video, and don't forget to share it with your friends. Subscribe to Real Bizarre and press the bell to stay tuned for upcoming videos. Also check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching, see you next time.